Appreciate you. 127. 127. Get off on 2. On 2. Thank you. You're welcome. 2 more. One more regular season. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy. Right on. Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy. Sir? Yep. Enjoy. You're welcome. It's cold. Yeah. Hey, the good news is the door's open so you can go back in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, thank you. That's good information.
Although we did something other 26 people on our social.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're welcome. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Might be able to get 2 more. Okay. Thank you for your patience.
Did you scare you?
We found out we were in the wrong spot. You. Sorry,
Yes. She's so good. She's a good one. Yeah. She's great. But I can see the ones you guys on. Yeah, that was my favorite.
We got 2 more. Welcome, enjoy.
Have a great night.
Yeah, you too. So where'd you get that sweet red jacket you had on earlier? Oh, that one?
It was a team jacket.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Oh, that thing is awesome. Yeah. Sure.
One of the guys there. Oh, my God.
Yeah. That way you always have these.
And all of my friends
Mic check, mic check. Is that good? Can you be louder? A little louder? I agree. Yeah, I agree. I trust you guys.
I don't think there's a bad picture of you out there. No.
I guess I'll let you know. Just
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, but yours has me in it, so not.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
Testing, testing. Is that too loud or is that better? Okay. Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you there.
And then she's like, send me a picture of your progress. Yeah. I'll let you know where you're staying. Okay. Is that your favorite spot? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the only one. The rest of the other ones, sit for. Unless when they can kind
No, I mean, like, you've been here all day.
we know some of the others that have it, right?
All right. What a great win to come out of this evening with. Appreciate our fans and light show and everything else that they put on, it was phenomenal. And they all hung here to the end, which is great support for our guys. As far as the game goes, defensively, we really, I thought, played well the first half and held a really good offense quarterback to minimal yards. Morton with the 2 sacks, I thought was big. Chamari, 8 tackles. And then the second half, they kind of got it going. But when it counted, we took care of business there. Offensively, Pat was 23 for 46. Pacheco, 14 for 55. I mean, good numbers for him. It was great to get him back in there and going. He and Kareem are a nice tag team to have. And then P. Ryan also had a huge play for us. And then Xavier was 5 for 41, which was good there. 8 guys caught passes today, so that was a plus for us. Third downs, again, were very good. So Nags and Spags both put together, I thought, solid game plans that really helped us through. And then, Kels with I want to make sure I say this right, but fastest tight end to reach 12,000 yards. I mean, it's pretty impressive, and the game's been around a couple of years, so it's pretty impressive to do that. Justin Reid on special teams stepping up and kicking off for us. Not a lot of safeties in the league are doing that right now, and I thought he did a nice job. Ariza came up big on the punt game, and then Matt Wright. Listen, I mean, he never looks at himself as the third guy. I told him just keep it right, a little to the right, just a little bit more. But my hat goes off to him for the field goals that he made in tough situations. Plus that one at the end was great. So, anyways, with that time.
Andy, after the first down inside 2 minutes, how much consideration do you give to keeping the offense charged and trying to get a touchdown rather than positioning the field goal?
Yeah, so and I've trusted Matthew, so I was good with where we were. Percentages are pretty high. I know we've won a game in that same situation on the opposite end, so I get it. But he's a solid kicker, so I wasn't too worried about it. Once we got down in there, now to get down in there was a nice job by our guys. To that play that Pat and Kelsey made right there at the end was something. So that's not quite the way it was drawn up. That was a naked, so with the back on a slide, and they zoned it off. And, Pat had it in his hands, which is important, and on the move, which is important. He does some good things with that. And then we had some people coming to him. But listen, I thought the Chargers did a nice job with that. But they zoned us off. That's more of a man thought. They've been playing man up to that point. They've been zero blitzing us. So if they would have done that, it would have been a great call.
So I know that if he's not maybe the first option to throw the ball, but you've seen us actually certainly make a play out of nothing several times. What you kind of take us through your thought process when plays unfold, you see that they've covered maybe what you want to have.
Yeah. I mean, I've trusted Pat making those kind of plays. He kind of said that before the play. He goes, just I'll make something happen. So he has the option to run. He has the option to throw to the back, and then everybody's coming to him on that. So I thought he did a good job there.
You got bigger goals, obviously, but how sort of fundamental has winning the AFC West been to all the other goals you've had, and in this instance now, what it is for what you're doing this season?
Yeah, listen, I am proud of the guys. I mean, the coaches, Clark gives us an opportunity to do this. I'm with Mark Donovan and Brett Veach, so I mean, we're all in this together trying to make this happen. It's not easy. I mean, that's not an easy thing. And every year is a little bit different on how we've gotten there. I'm proud of our guys for just hanging in there. We have so many tight games, more so than some of these other years. And so the guys keep hanging in there and feeling like good things are going to happen and keep battling.
Andy, what kind of achievement is winning the division again, given as you say, the down to the wire nature of most of these games?
Yeah, listen, Adam, I mean, it's early in the year here, so we've still got games left. So when I say this, we're not just putting the tent up right here and calling it a day. So we've got to keep playing and playing aggressively. And like I said, we're playing some real good football teams that are trying to get themselves into the playoffs. So they're going to be hungry and attacking. And so we've got to make sure we keep doing it. But to answer your question, it's a great achievement. It's a great achievement. But there's more left.
Just considering the week or two that Wanye has had, what did he say about him to come in?
Yeah, no, I'm proud of him for, number one, not hanging his head, practicing hard, and then coming out when, you're one injury away from having to step in and go. And then he did a nice job, and he had stayed up on all of his stuff, the mental part of it. He had stayed up on it and was sharp once he got in there.
What did you think about G.E.H.A play in the amount of time that he was out there?
Yeah, so I think initially it was fast for him. And then he settled down, and I thought the second half he was playing well. So he just, which I figured would happen. He hasn't done anything. So with that kind of speed out there, and then the physical part of it, these guys, they try to drive you right back into the quarterback with their bull rushes, and they're very, excuse me, they're very good at it. So he did a nice job. Not too many more questions.
You get used to these heart-stopping wins?
Not as I'm living.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, good.
All right, guys, we have a plug for you as well. How about that?
I want to start off by congratulating Andy, the coaching staff, the players, our entire leadership team on a hard-fought win tonight and clinching another AFC West division title. It's a tremendous accomplishment. My hat goes off to Andy and the players for sticking with it. Obviously, tonight was another very close game. It seems like every time we play the Chargers, the games are like this, and we certainly overall have had a bunch like that this year. Go ahead and open it up.
Clark, to that point, I think this is the sixth or seventh time you evaluated that you guys won on the last play. What's that like from your perspective over these last couple of months?
Well, I'm certainly glad that we've ended up on the winning side of those games. As we've been going through it, I've thought a lot about last year where we had a lot of close games, and they tended to go the other way, particularly November, December. We really had a challenging stretch. So it's a credit to the level of competition in the National Football League. All these guys are professionals. They're very talented. And, our guys have hung in there and found ways to get the W at the end of the game.
I hope I phrased this right. When you guys won the first of these AFC West titles, it was a kind of breakthrough than it is now. Do you remember what that meant then, and what does it do for the franchise now to keep winning these?
Yeah. Well, you certainly never take them for granted. I do think in a lot of ways when you do something for the first time, it's more special, and that was not the first time we'd ever won the division. But when we started this streak of 9, I think we were all really excited. We didn't know what was ahead of us. It's been a very special time period for the Kansas City Chiefs, an amazing era of Chiefs football, and the credit for that goes to Andy, Brett, and their staffs. They've just done a phenomenal job. And I ought to mention the injuries this year. We certainly have had a lot of injuries, particularly at the receiver position. And Brett and his team have done a fantastic job every week, finding a solution, finding somebody who can come in and help us.
Just considering all that roster, it's clear the organization's all in on 3 titles in a row. I was just wondering how important, I know long way to go, but how important is that as far as, from your perspective and wanting to accomplish that?
Yeah. Obviously, it's a big goal for us. Winning the Super Bowl is the goal every year. If we do it this year, we'll do something that no NFL team has ever done, which is really special. We try to balance that with the long-term perspective. Our goal is to consistently compete for championships, and you've got to be thoughtful in your roster management when you're trying to do that. But Brett and his guys do a tremendous job with that. He's found guys that work within our limited salary cap resources, and they've been able to come in and contribute. DJ Humphries is an example of that tonight.
What's been your direction to Brett and Andy about balancing that, trying to win a third straight, but also not jeopardizing future years? What's been your direction?
It's really been no different than it's been since they've been here. We've tried to be thoughtful about making sure we're giving ourselves the best chance to win this year, but also putting ourselves in a position where we can win next year and the year after that. As I think about it, head coaches are very much focused on the year at hand, and really they're focused on the week at hand. A really good general manager will be thinking not only about this year, but about the next couple of years. And I think it's part of my role to help the organization think long term. But certainly we have an opportunity to do something, as I said, that's never been done, and we're definitely all in on it.
So when you say it's been part of your role to think long term, help them think long term, what's been your direction there in that regard?
Well, we want to put the best team we can on the field every year, and it's just a balance. It's a balancing act, right? You've got the salary cap, and you've got to work with that. It has limitations. To some degree, you can pull some of the salary cap forward if you need to help you in a particular situation like we've had this year, and we've done that a little bit.
On the injury side, I think I just saw you meeting DJ Humphries for the first time as you were walking through the locker room. You've had a lot of people this year. This is more injuries and things like that you've ever had?
Well, I'm sure it feels like that, but statistically, probably not. I'm sure we could go back and find a year where we've had more injuries, but it feels like we've had a lot of very important injuries. That was actually not the first time I'd met DJ. We had a chance to say a quick hello in the hall a week ago, but I hadn't had a chance to visit with him, see how his family's doing, see if he's found a place to live. So it was good to be able to do that.
Okay. Last one, but just fun stuff. SMU, college football stuff.
Well, I did one better than that. I actually attended the game, and it was an amazing game, an amazing comeback. Didn't go SMU's way last night, but today they got the good news that they made the playoffs, which is an incredible achievement in their first year in a power conference.
Thanks, Clark.
Then the question is,
Thank you.
Two play pass.
Hey, Sam, I saw you in the scrum. See you.
All right, guys, fire away. Patrick, on that last first down. It's not really how it's designed. I know you guys are probably expecting man to run so much. Can you kind of take us through what you're expecting and how you're adjusting once you see it?
Yeah, we expected some man, but we had plans for if it was zone. They did a good job of covering it. And then Trav just played ball and got himself open. And I wanted to get on the edge where I could either fall down and let the clock keep running or try to make a play with the easy type throw. And we were able to find a way to get that throw to Trav there and get the first down.
You said he's playing ball. Is that where you expected him to be, or is he kind of just setting up?
He supposed to run a corner route. So it is what it is.
Are you just it looked like you were about to tuck it and run and kind of cut inside.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you realize there's nobody around Trav and you got that throw?
Yeah, no, I went through my reads, how Trav released it looked like a corner, and then the halfback and a couple other guys. And then as I went to ready to run, I just saw 8-7 just sitting right there in the middle of the field open. So I just fired it to him.
On the sideline, meeting after that play, what's the discussion like on just being safe, running the ball, and even time on the clock? Before you're lobbing to throw it, right? Yeah, we went through different scenarios, but the coaches have trusted me that I'm going to make a play happen and try to, if not there, that I can fall down and we can kick the field goal for a little bit further. But yeah, I mean, we knew that they were going to sell out to block the run, and they did a good job on the outsides and the perimeter of kind of passing stuff off in zone. And so just had to make a play, and if it's not there, you fall down and then you kick the field goal from a little bit deeper.
You guys are creating your own luck a little bit obviously with the way we win these games, but what does it feel like week to week to have something peculiar seem to happen almost every game, like even going off the upright tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean, even though I feel like we could have played better, I mean, that's a good football team, a good defense, and we were able to have a good last drive there to get us in field goal range. As long as we have a chance to go out there and have the football and make a play happen, I feel like we're going to make it happen. And giving Matthew the chance to kick the field goal, and he knocked it through.
That's like the first down inside 2 minutes. Were you lobbying to keep the offense going, charging for a touchdown, or were you content to take a knee?
I was content to take a knee. We could have maybe got it a little bit closer, but I mean, when you're in that range, you're expecting to make the field goal, and we trust in our kickers, we trust in our special teams, and that's a huge part of what we do every single day. And we were able to make it and get the win.
It does seem like you guys are close to the offensive consistency that maybe we've seen in previous seasons. What do you point to that maybe would help you maybe break through a little bit more?
Yeah, I think just got to be able to hit some of these explosive plays. I think that's probably the biggest thing. Once you do that, it opens up everything else. And it seems like we stall out on drives, on little things. And I've said that kind of all year long, but it is close. I truly believe we are closer than we were this year at this point. And it's just about finding a way to prove it on the football field on Sundays. We'll play every day of the week, it seems like, the next few days, but on game days. And then we can kind of go into the playoffs with some momentum.
You have kind of hit quite a bit this season. Can you just take us through what's it like to take hit after hit and still try to operate the offense? And is there anything that you sort of figured out that your body can withstand the amount of toll you take?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of football. You just play the game. We play a lot of good defenses this year. That's the one bad thing about when you win the Super Bowl, you play the best schedule, and we played a lot of good defensive ends and defensive linemen. And I think for myself, it's just finding the soft spot in the pocket. I feel like on some of the early third downs, I was kind of running into where they were looping to, and they had a plan for me in escaping the pocket. And so just trying to find that soft spot. I thought I did better at that as the game went on. And then whenever I was able to make the run at the end. So working a new guy in, trusting in those other guys, I think we're going to be hitting the ground running as the playoffs come ahead.
How did you feel about the AFC West Championship? I know you have bigger goals than this, but what kind of achievement is it, particularly given the down to the end nature of all these games?
Yeah, I mean, it's our first goal every single year to win the AFC West, and it's a great division where a lot of rivalries, where everybody's playing each other tough. And I mean, 3 teams are going to probably make the playoffs. I mean, that speaks to the division that we play in. And so to be able to win this division, to gain another game in the playoff picture, it was an important game for us against a really good football team. We found a way to get a win, but now we got to keep building if we want to get to our ultimate goal.
You saw about Travis being 12 days ago. DJ showed up. What did you think of the way he performed?
I thought he did a good job. I mean, there's little things here and there. I mean, he's still learning the playbook. So he knows how to pass protect. That's the easy part. He knows how to run block. But the pass off games with new guys, to know where he can kind of cheat and kind of get subtle cues on my cadences and stuff like that. And he truly is just out there playing football and just one-on-one reps. And he did a good job today. I mean, obviously I'll go back and look at the film, and hopefully we get him back out there soon. But I mean, to play all those snaps, right off a ACL injury, I was proud of how he fought.
When you talk about Travis being the fastest tight end in 12,000 yards, what he means to you?
Oh man, he means the world to me, man. I mean, without getting like emotional, I mean, he's a guy that has really kind of made me who I am in my career, and a true leader on the football field. Someone, everybody's a security blanket, but someone that I can just go to at any moment, and he's going to make a big play happen. And as he's gone throughout his career, he's never dropped off as far as his work ethic and the way he leads. And I think that's super important when you have a guy that's going to have a gold jacket and he's the hardest working dude on the team.
What do you think has made you who you are? Is it just the player?
I think just both. I think just in terms as a player, obviously. I mean, he's someone that he plays in the same wavelength that I do, and it's hard to do that. And I think it takes guys time. But it seems like from the first day, I've kind of been on that same page with Trav, and then seeing him work every day. I mean, everybody sees like the personality and on the TV and stuff like that, but you don't see that everyday work ethic that he has. I mean, he's the guy that gets mad when they take him out of practice reps. I mean, that's just the type of work ethic he has. And even for me to come into the league and have a superstar player and see him work like that, it kind of showed me that I'm about to put that work ethic in if I want to get to that level.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you. All right, bro.
All right, go for Matt.
So, as you're lining up for the kick, obviously, it's a game winner. What's going through your head there? You already made some kicks earlier, a different distance. What's going through your head?
Just try to do the same routine I do every time, say the same phrases in my head, and just try to focus on being as routine-based as possible.
So when you look up, you see it moving a little bit left. It's that thought there when you see what's going, which way it's going to go.
It's not good. Wanted it to go right down the middle, obviously, but just happy it went in.
What are some of the phrases you tell yourself before any kick, let alone a game winner?
I just kind of keep saying relax, 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 because it's not like me carrying more, getting amped up is going to help. Just trying to do what I do.
What would like to hear the crowd erupt after a joint didn't win it?
I don't remember that at all. I'm sure I'll look back and see it, but yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Matt, was the seam an issue at all? You saw it?
Not at that spot at all. It was something to keep in mind throughout the game, but not there at all.
When you're lining up for the game winner, as they're driving down, it might come down to you. Some kickers like to watch, like to know what's going on. Some like to just go for the net. What's your routine on the sideline as that drives unfold?
Yeah, just stay in the net as long as possible. Try to do a kick on third down and then get ready to run out on the field. So there it was kind of easier to know when the kick was coming, and then I knew we were going to call timeout, so I was just in the net till the timeout and then run out.
And just considering your road, what's the most challenging part of going from team to team, and then when something like this happens, how rewarding is it to have that moment?
Yeah, it's a testament to James and Matt, because a new kicker is hard for both of them, and then the O-line does a great job. But yeah, just trying to stay focused and make sure that when I'm on my own, I treat reps as game reps, and then just be ready to do what I do.
Now, you have 15 different transactions.
Mm-hmm.
Does it sort of make your head spin sometimes where you are, what the situation is?
Yeah.
Who the team is?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but my wife's super helpful and just giving me confidence. Just try my best to keep making my kicks and just stick around.
Matthew, you kick a lot. Can you give us a sense of, even in practice, how often when you hit the upright, you go through? Is that a common occurrence or is it not a common occurrence?
I don't like to think about hitting the upright, so I couldn't tell you the answer to that.
Have you ever had a safety lobby your special teams coach to do kickoffs before?
No, I said to Matt Ariza, it felt weird because I mean, if it's the punter, it feels a little more normal, but it felt weird. But I mean, he did a great job tonight, so it was awesome to see.
We asked Andy and Pat if they were thinking about keeping the offense charging so that you wouldn't have to rely on the field goal. What was your thought as you're coming down there and it may depend on the field goal?
There's not much thoughts in my head at that moment. I re-say my phrases over and over again in my head, just try to stay in that and not worry about everything else.
When you're talking about the preparation, do you go over for the game as far as in a situation like that? Where do you want to be? You want to kind of hash positioning and everything?
Honestly, we didn't talk about that. If it's that short, I should make it no matter where it is. So that's what I like to think.
Matthew, you haven't been here that long, including the last time around, but
Mm-hmm.
you had the Chiefs record for a little while. You've got this kick now. And have you thought about at all about your sort of unorthodox place in Chiefs history? Like what kind of a strange time it's been that you've been here?
I haven't really, but I'm sure I will in the coming days. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I'm happy to be here. I'm blessed that it went in, and just real excited for the team.
Confidence-wise, how did this help you going forward?
Oh, it's huge. Being able to make kicks in the NFL is awesome. So whenever I get to do that, I'm happy.
Have you ever been on a team with 3 kickers, let alone 3 guys who've made 3 game-winning kicks in the same season?
I was actually on the 49ers, and we had 3 kickers in 3 weeks. So it's funny that you asked that, but not 3 game winners.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes. Yes, baby.
Thank you very much.
Because I was.
Yeah.
It is close.